and welcome back to the Slick Shop. We have had a few things in this week, something different to show you. The Ranger, we already had the templates for this, so that was fantastic for us. We've gone with our ultimate paint protection film kit, so that's the bonnet and pretty much the sides of this vehicle. What was really interesting, this customer came as a referral for us, and the interesting thing was that he actually wasn't sold on paint protection film. He didn't really think that PPF worked until he saw his mate's car, and he was still like, oh, I don't know, it's a lot of money. And then his car got hit by a trolley. So brand new, black, everyone can imagine what that looks like. So of course, he has now brought it into us to protect it. So that was pretty interesting for us. We love hearing stories like that. This truck is a KS Easters truck. Now I'm sure a lot of people would know we do. KS Easters is actually my oldest customer. For 4 years, they have been getting their trucks wrapped by us, which is a bit of a success story for us because trucks really put paint protection film to work, of course. So Easters often opt for their polished aluminium to be wrapped by us, and obviously that's really not what paint protection film was designed for. However, for maintenance and like polishing and stuff, it is so much easier if you seal that good alloy polish in by wrapping over the top of it. It can't oxidize because the air can't get to the alloy, neither can any of like contaminants. So if everything sits on top of the film instead of sitting on top of the alloy. So that is the biggest help for maintenance. Another reason why they do the fronts of their bumpers and bars on their trucks is because these are obviously the most common areas to get stone chips. And on trucks, because of the amount of kilometers they do, they just get absolutely sandblasted. So like almost like mini stone chips just all throughout the alloy. So it's a good investment if you care about maintaining your trucks, because it means you can just easily wipe it down, wash it off, bugs don't stick as much, all of those reasons. So they really do it from a maintenance perspective than anything else. We don't have any film on that yet, so I can't show you that up close, but I will show you. We also have Sammy working away in the booth on a Grand Cherokee, so follow me. So you can see Sammy working away here in the background. We have just laid a templated bumper onto this Cherokee. So that template's actually come from FlexiShield's own software, which is called Wrap. It's a pretty accurate template, so I'm happy with that. The reason that we use templates is that it does help in the installation quality because we can get it down sooner, so less debris and things coming out of the panel, but it also saves you film and labor time. So from a shop perspective, templating is just a tick, tick, tick. We didn't template this one ourselves, so that's probably what confuses people because we do make templates in-house here. But of course, if we don't have to make a template and we know that we can access one that already works, by all means, we will just print that off ourselves instead of having to do the development. So the reason why we have to create our own templates in our own store is because there's really no software currently available that covers a majority of Australian cars, because they always, like all the templates are made in the US really, or like scattered across the world, but unfortunately not really anyone in Australia. So for that reason, we make our own templates majority of the time, purely because we work on 4Bs and trucks and they're just not in databases. But it was a big win. I can show you, I just got stuck in my sticky mat. I can show you here what a template looks like, because I think it's really hard for people to visualize when I say template, they're probably like, what the heck is she talking about? But pretty much here, I've left these open, I've just finished laying this down. So this here is like a tab, so there's a slit here, and then this is a tab, and this is awesome because it just wraps in. So it straight away will sit, same here, so there's a tab down there, and then that just flips in there. So this is why template design is quite hard to do and not many people can do it, is because all of these things you need to not only know how to use CAD software to create drawings, but you also need to understand paint protection film installation and know where to remove excess film and stretch. When you first lay a bumper template in particular, what it will look like is the film is way too small. and you have to start from the center, line up things like your sensors or these points here where there's tabs, and it pretty much, the template prompts you to move from one point to the next, So for us, it is fantastic when we can just quickly jump on, download software templates themselves without having to template, and it does help us get a need to install. The only times that I choose to bulk fill, I will take templates any day of the week for most bumpers and always the sides of the vehicle because of all the little obstructions like your door handles or your mirrors, stuff like that. But I'll always bulk a bonnet just because I love installing with excess film, and I can glass the film out, get it to nice and sit down really well before I then go ahead and squeegee. Whereas templating is a little bit different because you have to wiggle it into position. So if it's a panel that needs a huge amount of stretch, I tend to prefer to bulk fit it or custom fit it, as people know. But yeah, it's really honestly a case-by-case basis, but it was a bit of a win for us. So this Cherokee, we are going to do the bumper, bonnet, mirrors, fenders, and that strip across the roof. Just because this is a pilot vehicle, as you may have guessed from the lights, so it will it will lead a truck. So this car needs to stop stone chips, and on their last vehicle, it went all the way up to the roof. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, hit us up with any questions. I feel like that's probably still a little bit vague as far as templating goes, but if you want to hear more, I can focus on that next week. Next week we have a 79 in, that was supposed to be this week, so stay tuned for that one. We're doing a fair bit of work on that, and some more trucks. So we'll speak to you then.